Welcome back to Fearless Trader Market Watch. The S&P 500 futures just saw a major rejection at the 61.55 level, leading to a sharp sell-off that tested a key support level. In today's video, we'll break down what happened, why the 61.20 failure was critical, and what to expect next. Can the bulls reclaim 61.55, or is more downside ahead? Hey traders, hopefully you guys had a good day today. What a nice day in the market to the short side and back to the upside. So there was a few opportunities today. We'll go ahead and start off with, in yesterday's newsletter, I highlighted that the 61.55 area was a pivotal area. It was the top of the flag, right? At the top of the flag pattern that we've been building, and noted that a failure to hold or even reclaim this level, it could trigger, a sell-off or, push back down to the previous supports at that 61.45 and then down to that 61.35, with 61.20 being very critical. That was 61.20 was our little magnet level for a few weeks as we kept coming back down, back testing it, had some nice opportunities off of it. So this time going around, it was a lot weaker than the previous, right? So when I mentioned that yesterday, that if we lose that 61.20, we could see a deeper flush, possibly down to the 6100s, or getting up into that 60.95, right under the 6100 zone. But as you see, in the overnight session, the bulls did attempt to break the 61.55 up here. We pushed a little bit higher near the 60s. Ultimately got rejected, basically allowing the bears to control momentum throughout the night until we came into the early morning hours. Then we saw a nice reversal around this 61.42 zone for another attempt to push back up to the 61.55, reclaim the 61.45, and then ultimately failed again on the second or third test back up, and from there pretty much fell back down, leading to the opening bell. The bulls attempted one last push once more to try to break through this 150-155 zone. Got to the 150, rejected hard there, and basically sent the tape bomb down. For the next few hours, we were just grinding on down, watching this move. A few of us in the Discord were just sitting there patiently waiting for a possible FBD setup, right? Which had happened right here at the 6100 level, 6102, 6105 zone. Failing to break lower. As you see, we had buyers interested, and yeah, pretty much after the shorts kind of gave up on their momentum and the bulls overtook, they pretty much, launched it 40 points back up. It took its time, but had a nice 40-point rally back to the upside after we just had this 50-point drop, this tape bomb right here. But yeah, it was expected, right? When that 61.20 failed, that we were going to flush a lot lower. So it was just being patient to see what levels were reclaimed, which started off with that 61.10 area, 61.05. Need to see that reclaim and then push back to that 61.25 area to get the real momentum to keep going. By the end of the day, we reclaimed that 61.25, and we ended up here right above this, basically like a mid pivot. The 61.30 has been acting as a mid pivot, anywhere from 61.30 to the 61.35 levels. The key levels to watch for support, it'll be the 61.25 zone, 61.20, then on down to the 61.15. And if we lose that, we would like to see the bulls defend that 6100 zone. For the resistance levels, immediately we got the 61.45, right? We reclaim that and hold that. Then we could get that further push to 61.55. But yeah, that's first up resistance, 61.45. Then from there to 61.55, which is the top of the flag. And if bulls get momentum to push back past that, then I'll aim for the 61.55 zone, 61.70, 61.55 or 61.65 to 61.70. Just watch that. All-time highs is right above that 61.78 area. So for the bullish scenario, right, we want to see the bulls reclaim that 61.45 to this 61.55, the top of the flag. We'll love to see the bulls reclaim that for further upside and maybe break those all-time highs, leading our way towards those 61.85 and 6200s. If the buyers hold above the 61.25 zone during the night and push to the 61.45, then we could see another test of that 61.55 back test at the top of the flag, and also the key breakout level. A clean breakout above the 61.55 targets that 61.66, 65 area. So just look for higher lows intraday to confirm the strength of this. You know, the ideal bullish trigger will be a bounce from the 61.25 to 61.30 mid pivot zone, and a strong reclaim of that 61.45 could signal the continuation up for that 61.55, 61.65. And then on the bearish scenario, right, the focus isn't on that 61.55. It's still the main rejection level. A failure to reclaim that could provide further selling pressure to the downside. First up would be that 61.45. If the bears or the bulls fail to reclaim that, we could start there, targeting back down to this mid pivot 61.30. If that loses, then on the way down to the 61.20, 61.25 zone. The final thoughts going into tomorrow: 61.55 remains the key battleground. Bulls need to reclaim it for a breakout, while the bears will try to defend it and push lower, right? Expect some volatility. We have some data out tomorrow coming in. The S&P PMI data, I believe it comes out 10 minutes after the market opens. So just be cautious of that data. Maybe it'll give us a directional move to continue us up higher, or give us the momentum to push lower. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Remember, trade the levels, stay disciplined and have patience, and just let the levels guide you, right? No reason to get greedy or overcomplicate things. As soon as we all go outside of our plan, that's when we decide blow up accounts, lose money, things of that nature. So just stick with that plan, follow that plan, and let these levels guide you. I'll put the Discord link in the description. If you want to come out and hang out with a community, we're in there starting about 4 to 5 a.m. Pacific time, usually right before the open, an hour before the open. A lot of us are there, getting game plans thrown around with the group. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good Thursday, and let's bank out tomorrow on Friday, and let's end the week very well. I'll see you then.